This is Andrew Klavan on the culture. You know what's great about anti-Semitism? It lets you know exactly who the dirtbags are. It's almost like a magical dirtbag detector that goes honk whenever a dirtbag's in the vicinity. Really, you can try it at home. Just read quotations like these out loud. You say I hate Jews? I don't hate the Jewish people, but there are some things I don't like. I don't like the way you leech on us. See, a leech is somebody that sucks your blood. Whoa, amazing, isn't it? Here's another. Hitler's success was not based on his extraordinary gifts alone. His genius was an intuitive sense of the... See that? Works every time. One more. Wait a minute. That wasn't the real Mickey Mouse. That was TV from Hamas, those terrorists who won a majority in the parliament of the Palestinians. Interesting. Now, here at Klavan on the Culture, we enjoy all forms of racism, because without stupidity, there's no satire, and PJTV is paying us pretty well for this. Racism, whether in the form of outright discrimination based on people's bloodlines or in its more insidious incarnations as identity politics or affirmative action, is an obvious violation of moral common sense, an impediment to the greater human project, and, not coincidentally, an affront to the handiwork of our old friend, Mr. God. So keep it up, because I'm saving for an iPad. Somehow, though, Jew hatred has an extra special racisty goodness. Maybe it's because the Jews were instrumental in establishing the godly principles of love and morality that underlie the West's amazing achievements, and they're thus identified with conscience and the guilt we feel when we behave selfishly or cruelly. And it does make them kind of a pain in the neck, doesn't it? Sorry. In fact, you could almost say the Jews seem to have been chosen by God as a sort of entryway for his presence in the world. And by the way, Jews, the next time God wants to choose you for something... Anyway, this would explain why the glories of European culture, the understanding of natural law and liberty, the works of Bach and Mozart, Shakespeare and Michelangelo, have always been haunted by anti-Semitism as by an evil twin or Jungian shadow, or that bizarro Superman, I love him, always saying the opposite of the truth, and never mind. It was even weirdly fitting that when Europe's great culture decayed to the point of necrosis, it was sucked into the destructive vortex of its own shadow self in the person of a satanic sociopath whose core philosophy and central purpose was the hatred and annihilation of the Jewish people. In the aftermath of that Holocaust, many in the West said, never again would we stand by and watch such an atrocity occur. And now that the Jews are once more in danger of destruction, we're not standing by, we're actually pitching in to help. Western leaders and intellectuals, especially leftists, have developed a potentially fatal animosity toward the state of Israel, based on a kind of historical distortion and moral insanity Bizarro himself could not have imagined. Jimmy Carter has compared Israeli policies to apartheid, though Arabs in Israel are far freer than they are in Arab countries. Leftists have demanded financial divestment from Israel, though it's an oasis of liberty and achievement in a desert of ignorance and oppression. And of course, our president has behaved shamefully toward the leaders of our civilized and democratic ally while appeasing their often savage and inexcusable enemies. You want the facts? Try the Israel page at discoverthenetworks.org. If the facts can't sway you because you've embraced Christendom's age-old shadow self, well, all I can say is... Actually, that wasn't the anti-Semite honk. That was the dirty word honk. You get the idea. This is Andrew Klavan on the Culture.